Hi everyone, welcome back to Vicky's Life Diaries. It's been a while. Not only am I debuting a brand new haircut, but I've also just come back from 2 weeks in Korea. Woohoo! I did a lot of things in Korea. I did a lot of exploring, I did a lot of eating, and most importantly, I did a lot of shopping. It's Korea, how could I not? That being said, I figured this video would be a little bit of a 10 things I really recommend from Korea. A little disclaimer before I start though, these are things that work for me. These are things that I figured that I would personally invest in, and they may not work for you. You may not like them, and that's okay. Korea has so many great things to offer. This selection that I'm about to show you are just my personal favorites. So yeah, that being said, let's get started. I don't think you can go to Korea and not try the Coleology cutting jellies. Everyone and their mother has seen these. These were so widely advertised on TikTok, on Red Note, like I've seen them everywhere. And I hate to be that bitch, I absolutely love them. I not only have the jelly versions, I also have the drink versions as well. I will say I prefer the jelly versions a little bit more than the drink versions, just because it works out better for me. But honestly, these stunning, chef's kiss. I absolutely adore them. I bought back way too many of them, but it's one of those things where it did very much live up to the hype. With these, I do say be very careful. If you have a sensitive stomach, or if you have digestion issues, this may or may not make it worse. It really just depends on you. They do come with an instruction manual inside. It tells you about all of the benefits and the side effects that could possibly happen. And yes, it's all in Korean. However, Google Translate is a wonderful thing. And if Google Translate doesn't work, there is this app called Papago, which more or less can translate any sort of document or photo you take. It was really helpful to have. But long story short, I absolutely adore these. These are great. They live up to the hype so well, and especially because I ate so much food in Korea, I never really felt bloated or heavy, and I felt like I could stop when I wanted to. So yeah, this is very good. It wouldn't be a video about Korea without mentioning makeup and skincare. So without further ado, this is the Jung SaeMool Cushion Concealer and Foundation. This is the Skin Nuder Cushion Concealer in Medium Deep. This is one of the best things I think I picked up. I'm currently using it underneath my eyes as a bit of concealer. I know in the winter time this will be my perfect winter foundation shade. I will say the shade range isn't great, but unlike Tear Tear, this doesn't oxidize orange on me. Tear Tear tends to go very orange on me, and I know everyone loved it, I personally didn't. This is the one cushion concealer that I found that not only was in my shade, but also didn't turn me orange. So I really love this. It has such a nice silky satin finish on my skin. Honestly, it looks great. So I highly recommend. Now I feel like I did actually have to mention this product, but Fwee pudding pots. I thought they were really overhyped at first, and I honestly do actually love them now. I will say the packaging itself is quite weighty, so if you're worried about luggage space or you want to travel light, this may not be it. I mean, look at the packaging. You get that much glass and that much product. But overall, the products themselves are really nice. They have such a velvety soft finish, quite matte as well. I did really think these were overhyped at first when I saw them go viral on TikTok. But yeah, I do actually really like these. The only thing I will say though is that when I went to the flagship store, it was very overkill. I picked up 3 shades. I picked up Without, 17, and Wavy. They had maybe like 150 shades there just of blush. And don't get me wrong, that's amazing. I do think it's a little bit overkill though. So if you're someone that gets very overstimulated and you can't really tell the difference between some of the colors, don't worry. Honestly, they've got a couple of like charts to find out your perfect shade. But honestly, you maybe only need like 1 or 2. I picked up 3. The current shades that I'm using the most are Without and Wavy. These are my 2 current summer shades. And then the shade 17 is something that I'll be using come like spring, autumn time as well. I do still have a lot of my cherry blushes from last year, and I do still use them regularly. These are just a little bit softer and a little bit less intense. Now for my darker skin girlies, if you want to use the Fwee pudding pots on your cheeks and your lips, what you need to do is get yourself the Fwee color changing lip gloss in the shade that is black. This is my favorite lip gloss ever invented. It's such a nice shade on me, and I love a black lip gloss. It's not black, but it gives that nice shine, it gives that nice sheerness, and it smells amazing. If you're a bit sensitive to fragrance, this is not the thing for you. However, honestly, a combination of these two on your lips looks stunning every single time, and just a black or a dark lip gloss I find always really suits me personally. If it's not your thing, don't worry. A lot of you will have seen the Fwee jelly lip charms that you can put on your bag. What you may have not have seen is the Fwee eyeshadow palettes that are also key charms. This is the palette Candy Floss, and for me, this is honestly just a really nice palette. It has all of the shades I could possibly need. It's got a dark brown. Many of you will know I just put a dark brown on my eyelids, and then I've got 3 different shades that I can use in the inner corner as well. The glitter is also really nice, so I do actually 100% recommend this. I think overall with Fwee, I went a little bit overkill. However, these are the products that I personally really liked. They've got a lot more products. They've got lighter blushes, they've got powder blushes, they've got highlights, they've got contour as well, I think. But these were just the products that really stood out to me the most. It would be a disservice to my Korea trip if I didn't go and pick up Dasique products. You guys know I've hit pan on my contour. This I've used for maybe a year, and I've hit pan. This is my highlighter. I've had this for 4 or 5 months now. Like, you can't really tell what it is anymore. There's still a lot of product left, but this has honestly been a lifesaver. I use it on my cheeks, I use it in my eyes. And here is the Dasique haul. I think the first product I want to show you is their concealer. I tried this in the store and I absolutely loved it. This is their concealer palette. It comes with absolutely everything you could possibly need to conceal your under eyes. As you can see, the shade range is actually relatively decent. That is a lot darker than I could ever possibly need, but the shade range itself is really good. They've got green for correcting redness, yellow and pink for correcting under eyes, purple for correcting that little bit of yellowness if you've got bruises. But yeah, this is honestly really good. There is a lighter shade of it available as well, but this is just the one I ended up picking up because it would suit my skin tone a little bit more. Because I've hit pan on this specific contour, I did also pick up another contour as well. Makes it easier. I don't have to spend £50 on Yes Style or Olive Young online. I picked up 2 eyeshadow palettes from Dasique. This first palette is the shade 05 in Sunset. It has a bunch of really nice shimmers. It's got a couple of matte shades as well. I love a good blend of shimmer and matte. And then this palette is the Rose Milk Tea palette. Again, it comes with a couple of shimmers, a couple of darker colors. You might think that these 2 palettes are really similar, and you would be right, they are actually quite similar. That is also the reason I'm actually giving one to my friend. This is also for my friend, but I figured I would show you guys anyway. This is the blush in shade Violet Knit. It looks really pretty. I absolutely adore it, and I know my friend is going to love it. She did request that I pick this one up as well, so yeah, I cannot wait to see this on her. I know it's going to suit her so well. Now, what is the point in having all of that makeup if you haven't done your sun and skincare prep before that? These are my favorite sunsticks on the market. This is the Abib Quick Sunstick. It goes on very clear. I absolutely love it. And this is the Rounlabs Sunstick as well. I adore a good sunstick. I always have one in my bag as well, but this is just a really nice and easy way to ensure that you stay protected throughout the day, especially from the sun. When I was in Korea, I also got a skin analysis done and a facial treatment done. I had a little bit of sun damage on my face as well, which is something I expected, but the amount of sun damage I had was a little bit alarming. So I have stocked up on a lot of sun creams since, and sun sticks as well. Now, for my acne prone and spot prone girlies, Korea is pimple patch fucking heaven. I don't need this many pimple patches, I really don't. These are the classic ones that I always have. I bought about 3 packs of these, but these are just really cute. These are also really cute. These are a duo set. and these just help get extra things out. For me, when it comes to spots, I don't normally get a lot of spots. However, when I do get a breakout, it's never fun and it's always really, really painful. So having an abundance of these at hand, just as and when I need them, is amazing. I can wear these to work. These are clear, they will not be noticed. But if I'm going out with my friend, I can wear these. These are super cute, and there's 72 of them, and they've got designs on them. Like, think Starface, but Korean and cheaper. Now, continuing on with skincare, the girlies will know I love my toner pads. This is the one I'm currently using. This is the Corsa X Sticker Pad. There's about 150 in here. These are amazing. I decided that I would stock the fuck up. The reason I bought so much is because I see this as an investment for myself. I put 2 pads every morning, 1 on each cheek. I go, I get dressed, I go say hi to my mum, I maybe make myself a coffee, and then I'll take these off, finish doing the rest of my skincare, and do my makeup. That's my morning routine. So when it comes to these, it was, for me, a very quick no-brainer. This is the Seaweed Hyaluronic Acid from Nature Republic. Nature Republic is not that big of a brand in Korea, but I do really like the toner pads that they have, so I really, really wanted to pick these up. They're very cooling, which is great in the summer months as well. Korea was so hot. And these are the Mediheal PDRN ones, and they've got little tanned Kuromi. At the moment in Korea, everything's very tanned Hello Kitty, tanned Kuromi, tanned Hello Kitty and Friends. So this was really, really cool, and it's got PDRN. So the translation of that is salmon sperm, which doesn't sound like the best thing to be putting on your skin, but when I actually tried it during my facial in Korea, it was great. So I picked up some of these. This is a hefty box. It's a hefty box. It's not something you should be having if you're worried about luggage space. And finally, the piece de resistance. This is going to be quite controversial, but ta-da! I bought myself the Agile Booster Pro, and it's Kuromi edition. Girly pops know I love Kuromi. Right, the reason I bought this, despite it being incredibly controversial, I've heard a lot of good reviews and a lot of bad reviews as well. When it comes to skincare, the reason why I bought this is simply because I see skincare as a ritual. I see skincare as something to be done at home to make myself feel better after a really long day of work. And when I tried this out and I experimented with it and I asked a bunch of questions, I honestly really liked it. I really like that it's an addition to my skincare. Is this going to be the most vital thing in my skincare? Absolutely not. Does it have Kuromi on the bottom? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So this is the Medicube Booster Pro, and it came with a little Kuromi head cover. So you just pop it on like so, and it stays protected. Ah! It's super cute. It's super nice as well. This, I think, is probably one of the most expensive skincare things I bought. Is it the most expensive thing I bought? Absolutely not. But for me, this was definitely an investment piece. I would say combined, absolutely all of the makeup would have costed me around 60-70 pounds maximum. And I'm talking about not just one of these, but 2 of these, one of which is opened. All of my Dasique palettes, the 2 sunscreens, the toner pads, all of my Fwee stuff, and absolutely every single one of my pimple patches. I think that in itself would have cost me around 70 pounds total. This, however, will set you back about 150 pounds. But honestly, for me personally, it was really worth it on the simple basis that I really wanted this. I saw a lot of good reviews. I also saw a lot of controversy about it, but making that educated decision for myself, I think really played a massive role. I know it's an investment. I went there to spend money. I know that it's definitely not the wisest use of money there is. However, this is something I wanted to do for myself. It was my graduation trip. I'm going to be having this for at least 5 years, if not longer. And if this makes my skincare feel better, if this makes my ritual feel a lot nicer rather than just being something I have to do at the end of the day, then I do see it as a very, very good investment. That is absolutely everything I 100% recommend from Korea. Like I mentioned, this all works for me. This fitted within my budget. I also bought a lot more aside from that, like this vintage Ralph Lauren is also from Korea. However, this is just the things that I personally recommend. If it doesn't work for you, don't worry, Korea's got so much more to offer as well, but these are just my current favorites. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little haul, and I will hopefully see you in the next video, which hopefully won't be too long away. Bye!